my friends. Ruben Obed here doing the episode number 6 of Solar Power for Dummies. And I'm here to show you my solar array. Okay, this is my solar array that I built. All right, and this system right here has 770 watts of power, right? This is a 12-volt system. I have them all in parallel. And this is a separate little 80-watt system that I'm using just to help charge another battery. But basically the title of the video is Solar Panels Suck. Now, what do I mean by they suck? Well, they don't suck in the sense that, the garbage, they're actually, solar panels are great. You know what I mean? Solar is great. What I mean is that a lot of people believe that solar panels put out power, and they don't. Solar panels accept power. They receive power from the sun and they collect it. But your batteries suck the power. You see what I'm saying? Your batteries suck the power. Your appliances suck the power that these are putting out. So what happens is some people say, "Oh, my panels aren't outputting as much as they should. I have 770 watts, but I'm only getting, like 200 watts into my system." Well, maybe that's all your batteries need. So your batteries are sucking the power that they need to fill and to run whatever appliance you have connected to it. You know what I mean? A lot of times people say, "Oh, I'm getting low power output from my solar system." Right now, I have a 770 watt system. It doesn't mean that 770 watts are going straight into the battery. You know what I mean? They're not. If not, the battery would explode. My batteries right now were full. So if I connect, let's say, a hair dryer, well, the hair dryer is going to pull a lot of power. Then all of a sudden, the charge controller detects it and says, "Hey, shit, I need more power," and it takes it from the solar panels. It sucks it. So imagine solar is kind of being like a cup, and you're at the McDonald's and it has soda in it, and you suck it. You know what I mean? Now, what happens is that if you have enough sun and the load is less than what you're receiving, then you don't have an issue. But what happens is if you suck more power, right? If you suck more power than what you are receiving from the sun, then the difference is taken up by the batteries. Then the solar system says, "Hey, I'm still short," so and then you start drawing from the batteries. You know what I mean? So in essence, that's what happens, guys. So if you build your solar system, and even if you have 500 watts or whatever, and you're noticing that you're only getting 150 watts, well, you got to keep in mind that your batteries are probably full. You know what I mean? And your system will only suck what it needs to fill the batteries and to run whatever load it's going to run. Now, that being said, right? That being said, um, there are times where you will get lower output because maybe you have a connection problem, maybe you have shading, maybe those are other issues. But generally, and speaking in terms of whether your system is functioning, it's installed correctly, basically we suck the energy out of the solar panels. Okay, so when your batteries are half empty, they're going to be sucking whatever amount the charge controller considers it necessary to fill your battery safely. So you're most likely, you might have a 700 watt, 1000 watt system. You're never going to see the peak performance on it because of losses, environmental losses. You might have clouds, you might have some shading issues, you might, the inverter has losses, the cables get, losses, you have losses all over the place. And so the more solar panels you have, then the more you can use during the day and the faster your batteries will fill up. But if you only empty them 25%, don't expect your solar panels to be putting out 1200 watts worth of power to a battery that's almost full. It's kind of like if you're filling a cup, as the cup is getting filled, you kind of hold the jar back a little bit and you reduce the amount of water pouring into the cup so it won't spill. So the charge controller does the same exact thing. You know what I mean? It monitors and it kind of like starts giving you less and less power as it's reaching full capacity. And this protects your batteries, and so that's what it is, guys. So that's why the title says solar panels suck, because they do. You know what I mean? Your apply actually, if I'm thinking about it correctly, it's really not the solar panels that suck. It's the appliances and the batteries that suck the power. But you guys understood what I'm trying to say with this. Well, anyways, guys, I've done, excuse me, I've done 6 episodes today of this, because I've kind of been, kind of been on a roll today. And I'm gonna be doing more, but with the ones that I have done, I mean, it kind of gives the insight to the information that I'm bringing out here. I hope people are enjoying this information. It's information that I've gathered over the years. I am in no way saying that I am some kind of expert or anything, but I've built my system and I live totally off grid. I run my entire house off grid. I do not have an electric bill. And it's been an experience. It's been a journey, and it can be done. It can be done, and all you got to do is just learn these basic things. And this is stuff. This is information that is really important, especially in the times that we're living in. Of so much uncertainty. But regardless of what happens, we know the sun is gonna come out tomorrow. You know what I mean? And at least if you're in a shit hits the fan scenario, at least that you might still have some comforts, and be able to at least turn a fan on, at least sleep comfortably at night, turn the fan on, turn some lights on, you know what I mean, have a water pump, have some running water, and that's the prepping lifestyle. It's to get ready for anything that happens. And I hope this information is valuable. There's a lot of people that talk about solar, you know what I mean, but most of the people that talk about solar are like at another level. They have RVs, they have the money to spend, and that's why I said I decided to do this, because I'm kind of like one of the people doing it like raw, crude, without much resource, you know what I mean, which represents a vast majority of us. A lot of people think, oh, getting solar or doing solar is really expensive, and the upfront cost kinda is a little bit, but you can do it little by little, so you can span that out. Start with one panel, every month buy a solar panel. They're about $100. After a year, you'll have a big ass array of solar panels. Pick up batteries. And just learn little by little. There's no hurry. There's no hurry. You know what I mean? Because you're living off. You're on the grid. There is power, so just take your time, but do it. You know, do it. You got some money left over, invest it in your solar system, build it up, make it a hobby. Make it a life project. That's how I started, guys. I started with one 30-watt solar panel, and I went adding, because I couldn't afford the big panels at the time. And so I started buying little panels, and I went into the philosophy, and I said, you know what, a watt is a watt. So if I buy a whole bunch of 30-watt panels, I'll just add all that up. That was my mentality. Ended up with what? Right now I'm at 770 watts of power, which is more than enough to run everything that I run in my house. I even run a recording studio in my house. I'm a music producer, and I run my entire recording studio. Now I am planning to expand a little bit more, get a few more panels, a few more batteries. You know what I mean? Little by little. But right now, my system is working perfectly, and I believe that you guys can do it too. And you could start off just like I did, and with the tips that I'm teaching you here, there's no reason why you can't have a solar system off grid, for your family. You know what I mean? If I could do it with minimal knowledge of this and minimal funding, you guys could do it too. So I don't know, guys. I hope you enjoyed these videos. You know what I mean? Let me know, and if you like them, any recommendations of anything or questions that you might ask, please write it down in the description. And I always post my PayPal link in the description if you wish to make a donation to my channel, so that I can continue doing these tutorials, as well as purchasing other items. It would be beneficial. So thank you, guys, and talk to you guys later, and stay tuned for more videos coming soon. Peace.